my participants, that I am very happy to see you all here, that you all people spared time, and you are very much enthusiastic and very much motivated to attend today's session. Although we are attending online classes and we are doing our teaching online, but still we are needing more information and updates about the online education, and we are, because we are off from our traditional teaching, and we are all, no doubt we are missing our traditional teaching. But today I'll just remind you the differences between online teaching and traditional teaching. So you people all are doing traditional teaching before COVID-19, and we have a gap and we have a break till now, and forcefully we have to come on online learning. But sometimes we think that it is a burden for us, but we, there is a debate: is it a burden or is it a blessing? So I would like to just ask from you, what do you think that online teaching that you people are involved right now, is it blessing or burden? What do you feel? Before starting the presentation, I would just like to ask a simple question from all of you. Then I will see and I will check the mindset of my teachers and audience. What do you think? Online teaching, online learning is you think that is it a blessing or is it burden for us? Yes, please, anyone from you, participants?
Yes,
बिस्मिल्लाह
yes, Assalamualaikum.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। ऐसे
Yes.
है कि ब्लेसिंग है कि हम
Okay.
नई
Can you say
चीजें,
something?
नया
Yes.
काम, नया एक्सपीरियंस ले रहे हैं। तो बर्डन ऐसे नहीं है, बल्कि डिफिकल्टीज है जो हमें पेश आ रही हैं, लेकिन आहिस्ता आहिस्ता सीख जाएंगे।
Yes, good
जी मेरे
approach. I like your approach.
मैडम मेरे ख्याल से ये टीचर्स के लिहाज से तो ब्लेसिंग है, लेकिन स्टूडेंट्स जो रिमोट एरियाज के हैं उनके लिहाज से ये काफ़ी मुश्किल है उनको पढ़ना।
Yes, those people who do not have access to this system, we can say that it is a burden. But what do you think? You people
हाँ
have access to online teaching and learning resources? What do you think? You all people are sitting here. You all people have access?
जी, टीचर्स तो एक्सेस कर लेते हैं किसी भी तरह के लिहाज से, लेकिन स्टूडेंट के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा मसला है, जो खासकर जो इधर जनूबी पंजाब के रिमोट एरियाज, हार्ड एरियाज में स्टूडेंट रहते हैं, तो
Yes.
उनके लिए बहुत बड़ा मसला है। उनके लिए तो व्हाट्सएप जो है या एंड्रॉयड मोबाइल ही बहुत बड़ा मसला है। पूरी फैमिली के पास एक भी मोबाइल नहीं है एंड्रॉयड।
Yes. So how you are managing these days?
बस हम तो अपना काम कर रहे हैं और लेक्चर्स वगैरह व्हाट्सएप पे भेज रहे हैं, और उनके जो करीब तरीन दोस्त हैं उनको कह रहे हैं कि आप किसी तरह उनको बुला लिया करो अपने पास, तो दिखाया करो, कोई हफ्ते में 1-2 दिन रख लिया करो किसी तरीके के साथ, तो ऐसे ही चल रहा है।
तो सर आप व्हाट्सएप यूज कर रहे हैं, कोई आप लर्निंग मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम नहीं यूज कर रहे हैं उनको पढ़ाने के लिए?
मैंने बताया कि ये भी बड़े मुश्किल है, यानी कि व्हाट्सएप उनके दोस्तों को भेजते हैं जो
अच्छा।
चाहे नेक्स्ट आगे ग्रेड में है या पीछे भी, या आप ना उनके साथ किसी तरीके से शेयर करें।
अच्छा।
मैंने बताया कि पूरी पूरी फैमिली के पास एंड्रॉयड मोबाइल नहीं है, ऐसे
बिल्कुल
मसाइल भी।
बिल्कुल।
और नेट तो गांव में क्या चलना है, 3G 4G जिस पे व्हाट्सएप वगैरह जो है या वीडियोस डाउनलोड हो जाए,
हम्म।
तो ये मसाइल तो है। बाकी टीचर्स के लिहाज से तो ये एक बहुत अच्छा है कि हमें नई नई चीजें सीखने के लिए मिल रही हैं, या शायद हमें कुछ शायद हम में से जानते भी हो, लेकिन प्रैक्टिकली उन्होंने करके नहीं देखा था, तो ये टीचर्स के लिहाज से तो बहुत अच्छा है।
अच्छा, लेकिन सर स्टूडेंट्स को भी तो बेनिफिट होना चाहिए ना। हमारा तो पूरा एजुकेशन सिस्टम जो है, इट इज डिजाइंड फॉर बेनिफिटिंग द स्टूडेंट्स। सो यू सेड दैट दिस इज द फैक्ट, बेयर फैक्ट, दैट स्टूडेंट्स आर
हम
नॉट बेनिफिटिंग
मैंने
बिकॉज
मैंने
ऑफ
तो हाँ जी
दिस।
बिल्कुल मैं समझता हूँ, मैंने तो आपको ग्राउंड रियलिटी बताई है कि
यस,
ये
आई लाइक
है इस
इट।
वक्त है।
Yes, sir. Because we must know, we will just enter your feedback and your comments in our next sessions, because we are understanding the problems and we are connecting to the whole Punjab teachers to just ask their problems, their challenges, and their feedback regarding the online teaching and learning. You know, it will give us the just outline and framework that we will make for you to give you more facilities to just get in touch with the online system. So, okay, so when you are sending your lectures to your students through WhatsApp, then what is the feedback of the students? How they are sending you the work, how they are submitting their work in response to your work?
तो
मैम हम जब
व्हाट्सएप
जो काम
Yes,
हम
sir.
बच्चों को असाइन करते हैं उसमें टाइम लिमिटेशन नहीं होती कि आप अपनी अटेंडेंस 24 आवर्स में किसी टाइम में उनको टेस्ट भेजें तो वो किसी टाइम में हमें रिप्लाई कर सकते हैं, सेंड कर सकते हैं, या इस तरह से कि संडे वाले दिन भी वो हमसे पूछना चाहे तो वो पूछ सकते हैं। जब उनके पास मोबाइल अवेलेबल हो उस वक्त हमसे एक्सेस करके कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं। तो जैसे
Yes.
ये टाइम होता है कि उस टाइम में अटेंडेंस भेजनी है, हमने इस तरह के रिस्ट्रिक्शंस बच्चों पे नहीं लगानी, ना ही टेस्ट के लिए, ना ही मतलब उसी डे में आपने रिस्पॉन्स करना है, जिस वक्त आप चाहे मर्जी कर सकते हैं। तो इस
Good.
तरह से बच्चे रिस्पॉन्स दे देते हैं फिर।
Yes. So this is also a blessing of online that you can get feedback at any time, at home, at any place. Yes. Okay, now
Yes, ma'am, it's
tell
so.
me, yes, you people, what do you think? What is traditional education system? Can anyone from you tell me that we all saying we are involved in traditional or conventional teaching? What is traditional teaching?
Whenever, madam, we are connected face to face with the students, and there is no,
Yes.
there are no modern techniques that are used conveying the lessons to the students. That's called as
Yes.
that's called as
Yes. Thank you, sir. Yes, this is traditional learning that we are involved formally into the classrooms and we are interacting with our students face to face. That is called traditional learning. Yes, I am going to start now. I am telling you that we need a mindset, first of all, that education I'm giving. What is the education? That education, every person requires proper education in order for making good human or for better future. Education enables us to be self-dependent and unlock our potential so that we could be a part of the educated and developed society. Education system has seen a great trend in it. There are various ways for educating oneself. Each way has its own advantages and drawbacks. So this presentation is going to describe the ways of educational, traditional and online. Now we have two ways of education that we were involved before in traditional, but we were using online education or online equipments or tools to make our traditional learning more easy, that we were using internet and we were using many softwares for our convenience. So I am telling you that online education, although it is a new mode of education for us, but before that I would like to just discuss with you that we were, I think, involved in online banking, online shopping, online communication, online news and affairs, and many other online facilities that we were enjoying. So I mean to say that we were aware of these online systems. I don't know that not majority that you were telling me those people who have not even Android mobiles with them. So how can they do these online systems? But I think now the trend has been changed, and even our servants and maids, they have their mobiles with them, and they are very expert to use their mobiles, and they are very expert in online shopping even. So this is the reason they are using online system. I'm telling you, because they are more interested in the online system and they want to know, even they are uneducated, but they are using online system. So it means that online system is introduced in our country for long, for long back. But online education, if we think that it is a new concept, yes, it is new concept in the way that we were not familiar with the wholly solely. You can say that we were not dependent on the whole online system. We were using bits of online teaching and learning. We were using plagiarism software, for example Turnitin, for checking the plagiarism of our students. And although we were doing traditional teaching. So it means, and we were using different softwares. We were using PowerPoint slides. We were using PDFs. We were using these small functions of the internet. So it means that we have the awareness of the online system to extent, but now because we have to just shift our mode abruptly and just forcefully to come on online, and I am telling you that the good point of the online education, although we think that I think it was a burden even for me. I was involved before that in online, but I wasn't taking online classes, and I was not sending the whole material to my students through online, and I was not assisting my students online. These three things were are added into my work, that I have to make my lecture according to the online education. I have to make assessment techniques according to my students' needs online. And now actually we have to change our lesson plan and strategies, and lecture creation and lecture delivery and assessment. These three elements we have to change because of this online system. So we thought, because we were not prepared for this system, and accidentally we have to come on. So it looks a challenge for us. It seems a big burden for us. But I'm telling you, uh, first of all, psychologically, you people have to change your mindset. People shared with me that they are waiting for the COVID-19 to finish, and then they will come again to the traditional system. So they are not very much interested and serious in learning online system. But I'm telling you that if COVID will go, or COVID will be finished in inshallah in coming months, but online education is not burden for you, because online education is a blessing for you, that at least you are learning new skills, new strategies, and new knowledge with you. And in coming months, when you will go into the traditional learning, then you can use these strategies into your traditional learning. So please learn it very seriously and carefully, and understand the new knowledge that you are getting. Don't think that it is a burden. Always challenge is a burden when it comes new for us. So with the passage of time, when we will be expert in this mode of education, then we will feel more happy and satisfaction, and less stressed and less anxiety. That is I am sharing you. So traditional learning, I'm just giving the difference of the traditional and online learning, and benefits are both of the mode of education. Traditional learning, that you all know that it is involves classroom training. Instructors regularly engage face to face with learners, indulge in classroom activities, discussions, follow ups. There is also a possibility of time being invested in travel, that we always may manage field trips with this traditional mode. And learning using this approach takes more time and has multiple dependencies. We need a classroom, we need a school, we need a proper place, we need a proper time, we need to just come in time in the classroom. So we need many formalities to just follow. And what is online learning in contrast with that, it is always conducted on internet. It is a form of distance learning. It gives you access to the learning content from any place and at any time, and requires minimal face-to-face interaction. This is the difference between the main difference between the traditional and online. And most importantly, it is easier to implement with barely an external dependency. In terms that you said that you can contact with your student by sitting at home, by sitting in your kitchen, by sitting everywhere. If you are driving, if you are out of the house, but you have your gadget with you, and you can contact with your students, with your administration. You can come online for meeting with your department, with your institution. So feel this is a blessing, that before that you have to go to attend the meeting in a rain, in a bare weather, and if you haven't any conveyance, then it was another problem for you. So online education is now removing the dependencies from your life, and it is giving you the opportunity to be in contact with your institution, with your students, and with your department by using these online techniques. So what are the advantages of traditional learning? We think that recognition is better through the traditional way. Can anyone explain that recognition is better through the traditional way? What does it mean? Anyone wants to share his or her point? We think that recognition through traditional learning is better. Yes, yes.
Madam, because we
Ma'am,
have
in traditional
direct, because we have direct interaction with the students, that's why traditional education is better.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I couldn't hear you.
Ma'am, in recognition, we know students face to face. We know when they come, who students are coming and who are not. We are mostly interacted with the face, and we can see their expressions too in the classroom.
Hmm. It is. There is another meaning of recognition of your degrees. Your degrees are you are getting from traditional mode from the universities by attending face-to-face classes. It is said that these are more authentic and recognized way of getting degrees. When we are getting online degrees, and these are not recognized through our authorities, and we do not think that we say, oh, online degree, okay, this is not the valuable. We think that. Do you think that?
Yes, ma'am. Many times we think so.
Yes. So we think, and it is also true. Only two was big universities, Virtual University and the Allama Iqbal Open Universities. They were providing their degrees, and they were providing
Yes,
authentic
ma'am.
degrees. Although,
एक
but still we
Allama
have.
Iqbal
Yes, sir.
University के साथ same case with Allama Iqbal Open University. Assessment and evaluation processes are always questionable.
Yes, yes, I'm telling you, I'm sharing with you, I'm explaining. It is questionable, but you think that degrees from the University of Punjab or University of Multan, University of Bahawalpur, these are the public sector universities. Even the private universities degrees are questionable. We always think that sometimes the university is recognized through HECA, sometimes the HEC always just banned the university's degrees, and also the contract and other things and the charters. So, there are many questions regarding the recognition, but we, in our country, in the whole globe, people think that the degrees through the government or public sector universities are acceptable throughout the world. And recognition is better through the traditional way. It is important because especially the research degrees, that PhD degrees, these are more important to think that we are getting. HEC was not accepting online degrees in previous years, and HEC has issued a list of degrees that those are recognized by the HEC, and online degrees, we do not like that we are not covering the coursework in research degrees, and we are only just chatting with the instructor. We are sending our work right way that we are doing, and this mode was people have done before, and we always make fun of these people that, oh, they got these degrees through online. So it was a mindset. I'm just explaining. Yes, these degrees are questionable. We all always think that the degrees through the public sector universities are more authentic and reliable, and recognition is better through these public sector universities. This is also true, and this is also reality in our country. But many other institutions like uh, private universities, they have the charters, and they are also providing good opportunities for you to get your degrees. So now the discussion is that so now we are doing online education, so we must know that now we have to come to the online system. So we will introduce the degrees that your students will get online degrees now, and through the online mode. So now the recognition point we should make it clear, online education is not a fun, but online education is also the same way it is providing you the opportunity to get knowledge and skills as you were getting through the traditional mode. That is actually, I'm giving you the point to the importance of online education. It will be increased in coming months as well. So you have a greater chance of completing your course by doing it in a scheduled classroom situation. This is traditional learning. You can access more information and richer understanding through teacher and other students' body language and voice. Yes, body language and voice is very important. Do you think that body language and voice is very important? That is missing in online education. What do you think? How it impacts the students' learning? Teachers' body language and voice. Yes, sir. Yes, madam.
ये जो आप कह रही बॉडी लैंग्वेज की बात हो रही है तो बिल्कुल ये करती है, लर्निंग पे इम्पैक्ट इसका बहुत ज्यादा है। ये बच्चे जो बात लफ्जों से समझ में नहीं आती, आपके जज्बात, आपकी फीलिंग्स, आपकी हरकत सकनात, आप बच्चे को बहुत कुछ बता जाते हैं जो लफ्ज नहीं बता रहे होते बातों का, तो ये बहुत ज्यादा यूजफुल है।
Yes, even
जी
teacher's
बिल्कुल।
presence is very important.
सिर्फ टीचर नहीं, स्टूडेंट्स के बॉडी लैंग्वेज और वो सब पे काउंट हो रहा होता है।
जी। Now the students are just are becoming more bold and more confident in through online system. They can write any message to you openly, and they are overcoming their shyness, and they are also showing very boldness now, because now the teacher is not present in front of them. So body language and voice, it impacts yes, both to the student and from the student to the teacher. Teacher's presence is very important. Teacher can create learning environment, and teacher can create fear. Teacher can remove fear. Teacher can be democratic. Teacher can be very strict and authoritative. So it is very important, and we agree with that the traditional learning and teaching, it is providing us this body language and voice that is missing in the online education. So we will see how can we cover these points and cover these areas which are missing in online education, and these are present in traditional learning. I will ask you the question later regarding this, that if you are not present right now, so what challenges you are facing from the student side, even they are not responding you in time, but I will ask you if you want to share any your experience or any incident that you want to quote here, that through online education you people are getting positive feedback from your students, or did you get any negative feedback from your student as well? Any just negative comment from your student? Because some reports are reported, and some incidents are reported, negative incidents from the students side, that they are making fun of their teachers, and they are not serious very much, and they are just using their videos in negative way, and they are just doing these activities. This is the drawback of the online education. Students think that teacher cannot catch them, so they are doing these things. And in the classroom traditional, they know that teacher is present and teacher can catch them every time, so they are very much obedient, and they are not, but they are pretending to be obedient in the classroom. It is very important. Best question answer sessions for prompt feedback of students. Do you think that best question answer sessions can be done through the traditional learning?
यस बिल्कुल,
Yes,
हम
ma'am.
कर सकते हैं, बिल्कुल ऐसा ही है कि क्लासरूम
जी।
में फेस टू फेस बच्चे के सामने सवाल से सवाल, नई बात आगे अराउज हो रही है, नए सवाल, नए जवाब, नए इंप्रेशन, तो इसका बहुत ज़्यादा फायदा होता है। क्वेश्चन आंसर जो है बहुत ज़्यादा यूजफुल होते हैं, फ्रूटफुल होते हैं ये ट्रेडिशनल लैंग्वेज उसमें एजुकेशन में।
Yes. So I will also let you know, by using the learning management system or conferencing tools, video conferencing tools, how can you ask questions your students, and they will answer live question answers. You can also done if you will be expert in the using these learning management system and online, because now we have to manage these question answer sessions, because otherwise, although it is remote learning, and we think that we are working as robotically or mechanically, and there are no students that they will be sitting in front of you and you are asking questions. But yes, I agree with you that question answer sessions, that in between the lecture you feel that I need to ask a question, then you can ask, and you will get the feedback of the students, either they are understanding or not understanding. So access to libraries and research materials, yes, it is good, but digital libraries are also available. Free websites are also available to get ebooks, and many other resources are available in online education. But you said that your students do not have access to internet resources, so that is a problem for us, how to use ebooks or how to use these libraries. I think in coming months we will get more opportunities and more solutions for these problems, because it is a new for us and we cannot claim to be expert in this system in a session, in a one semester. We are doing our traditional education for many decades, and we are not expert till now. We are facing still the problems in our education system. We still have a low literacy ratio, although we are involved in the traditional education for long years, but still we are not experts. So how can be we expert in online education? So don't lose hope, but be hopeful that we will get, inshallah. This is online education is computer based education, and computer hasn't any emotions and feelings, and computer will give you the right answer, right question, and right information, whatever you want. And if you learn these skills, you will enjoy more your traditional and online education. Even your whole teaching you will enjoy, I'm guaranteeing you, because I'm using and I'm enjoying the benefits of this online education, and I feel more comfortable, more easy. That before that I was using the traditional mode, I was getting the hard copies of assignments from my students, and the piles and piles were just collected in my office, and I always just look for time to check these assignments and quizzes. Now I have the learning management system. I'm just getting soft copies of assignments from my students, and also taking quizzes, and also I have the grade system in my system, and I have fixed the 10 marks for one assignment or 20 marks, whatever you want to do. And these learning management system are setting marks for you. Only you have to just put the manually the marks that you are checking. You have always the plagiarism software in your learning management system. You can check the plagiarism level of your students, because they are copy and pasting, and they are very happy that they can copy paste from the internet sources. So if your management is providing you Turnitin, that is the plagiarism software, to you to use this system and to check the assignments of your students online, believe me, it would be a blessing for you. And you people will be happy, because you are sitting at home, you are not going to your offices, you can give the more time to your family, and you can check any time. You will open your system and you can check your assignment and your work. Although we are not comfortable at our homes to do our official work, but we will be used to. We were not used to before that to see our family frequently or often. Every time they are on our heads now, but we will be, inshallah, cover these challenges. I am giving you the hope and motivation. Don't afraid, don't be scared of online education. I will let you know today the conferencing tools, how can you use today. So cheating at low level, I always question to my participants that cheating at low level. What is your point of view? Do you think that in traditional classrooms cheating is at low level and in online education cheating is at higher level? What do you think, madam and sirs? This is an interesting question as well.
जी ऑनलाइन क्लासेस में चीटिंग जो है वो हाई लेवल पर होती है.
So traditional classroom में कैसे पकड़ते हैं आप?
And as we have an
ऑनलाइन में
eye
तो ऐसा है कि
on our
जैसे
students.
पिछले दिनों ही कुछ स्टूडेंट के ऑनलाइन पेपर थे, तो वो टीचर के पीछे ना भाग रहे थे, सर हमें थोड़ा थोड़ा ना टाइम दें जी, हमारा फलां यूनिवर्सिटी से ऑनलाइन पेपर है, तो आप सिर्फ हमें ना पास बैठ जाएं, हम आपको क्वेश्चन रीड करके देंगे, आप उसके जो है वो आंसर हमें बताते जाएं. तो वो मिन्नतें कर रहे थे टीचर के
Good.
पीछे पीछे ना.
अच्छा.
या ऐसा बहुत सारे लोगों ने
So
बताया कि ऐसा हो रहा है.
हाँ जी. Even parents, they are involved in cheating of their students. They are
But
helping
ma'am,
their
I
children.
think honesty and ethics of teachers are most powerful than these kind of practices. Teachers should behave like a teacher, professional teacher. And I have
Yes.
experienced cheating at very highest level in traditional learnings, and I have supervised and superintended many examinations. There's a
Yes, you know we have many systems in traditional for cheating,
cheating has
even
many
for
faces, many kinds in traditional learnings, and we face it every day in colleges and examination centers. And I think
yes, because
teaching in online learnings we can overcome when we have interviews, live session with the students and the candidates who are being facing the examinations, and we can close. We have close-ended questions and time sessions. We can improve it very much.
so sir, can you give us any suggestion to control online cheating?
Yes, we may have online sessions of online meetings, 40 minutes or 30 minutes, and close-ended question we can use, and we should have interviews with the question with the teachers, and these teachers interview should be marked and weighted, have weightage for his final results. This can be a much
Yes.
more beneficial method, I think, and I
But if
think
your students, if, yes, if you are
सरकारी
giving
learning is
कॉलेजेस
assignment,
में सरकारी
I
कॉलेजेस में 300 की क्लास होती है, एक सेक्शन होता है इंग्लिश का, उर्दू का, कंपलसरी सब्जेक्ट का ना। अगर आप लेक्चर देखें ना तो 300
you are
स्टूडेंट होता
right,
है एक
sir.
लेक्चर में।
You are
तो
right,
तीन तीन
sir.
सौ स्टूडेंट से
E-learning,
इंटरेक्ट करना, क्वेश्चन आंसर करना और उनसे पूछना, ये मेरे ख्याल में तो खासा मुश्किल काम है।
sir, have you experienced PPSC? You must have experienced PPSC. They conduct thousands of people in their examinations and hundreds of people for their interviews, and they conduct 25 to 20 and 30 candidates daily. And they have committees, 10 to 20 committees daily. They perform interviews, and it is possible they are doing it.
सर उनके पास
yes,
पूरी एक
वहाँ
टीम
सर
है, आप एक टीचर के
इंडिविजुअली
पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से
क्लास
तब
में तो
बात
बहुत
कर रहे हैं।
इरिटेट
And
करते
they
हैं।
have interviewed candidates with average of 20 to 25 minutes. It is online possible. One thing is only
इस
missing,
तरह
yes.
तो पूरा महीना
communication
आप
deficiencies.
एक
Yes, you know, hello.
Yes, ma'am.
एक्सक्यूज
Can
मी,
you
आप
hear
जो
me,
बात
Mr.
कर रहे हैं ना कि ये टीचर साइड पे हो रही है, जो भी चीटिंग हो रही है ये टीचर साइड पे है। ऑनलाइन पे स्टूडेंट भी साथ उसमें है, यानी डबल हो गया काम। आप जिस उसकी ट्रेडिशनल सिस्टम की चीटिंग की बात कर रहे हैं, किसी हॉल में होती है तो टीचर करवाता है, ये टीचर का काम है, बच्चे नहीं कर रहे। बच्चे शाय हैं, बच्चे खौफजदा हैं कि टीचर खड़ा है। जब टीचर वे देता है तो वो चीटिंग करते हैं। अगर ऑनलाइन जाएं तो साथ स्टूडेंट की भी प्लस हो गई, चीटिंग डबल हो गई। जो आप पीपीएससी की बात कर रहे हैं तो उनके काम की नौयत डिफरेंट है, टीचर के काम की नौयत जो है वो डिफरेंट है।
Am
एग्री
I
विद मैडम।
Yes, you know,
the
जी मैम,
interviews
मैं
yes,
मैम
just for
शबीर बात
interviews?
से एग्री करता हूँ, क्योंकि जो ट्रेडिशनल एग्जामिनेशन में जो चीटिंग होती है ना, तो वो सुप्रीडेंट हो या वहाँ पे जो कोई और एग्जामिनर निगरान हो, सबको पता हो रहा होता है, फिर भी वो कोई कुछ कर नहीं रहे होते, क्योंकि पीछे से किसी ना किसी का कोई हाथ होता है।
Yes, sir, Ibrahim. I am saying the honesty and ethics of teacher. It is same in traditional and online learning. You are the same teacher everywhere.
मैडम मेरे पास एक
फिर जो
सजेशन है कि ऑनलाइन में हम
पंजाब
कैसे
यूनिवर्सिटी
चीटिंग को लो कर सकते हैं।
ऑनलाइन ना, तो बॉटनी के वाले से वो एग्जाम थे, तो अभी मेरे ख्याल अभी होने हैं। तो वो 2 दिन पहले बच्चा घर आ गया, सर जो है वो मेरे पास आप बैठ जाएँगे, तो काइंडली मेरा पेपर होना है पंजाब यूनिवर्सिटी का, तो ऐसे। मैंने उसको डाँट के भगाया, पर मैं ये सोच रहा था कि ज़ाहिर है उसने कोई ना कोई तो आसरा ढूँढ ही लेना है, मैंने तो इनकार कर दिया।
yes. So, you know, this is very important discussion today that we will always just attending sessions and understanding and learning new knowledge. But you know, I need your feedback that what you people are thinking these days, that what this mode is new mode and it is useless because we are very successful in our previous mode. We always have the mindset, and because we cannot be expert in the new mode of learning or new information and skills otherwise if you don't have the mindset that it is important for us when we are serious to learn and we have a mindset that this system has also many benefits, then you will be learning at high speed. So cheating at low level or high level, this is a debate and it is a debatable topic. But we all know that we are struggling with this issue in traditional classrooms.
So
And yes, you want to say something?
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I want to say, हम ऑनलाइन में भी चिटिंग को कम कर सकते हैं. पेपर का मोड अगर चेंज कर दिया जाए, पेपर स्टाइल चेंज कर दिया जाए,
Yes.
हम यहाँ पे प्रैक्टिकल टाइप क्वेश्चन पूछें बच्चों से. जैसे मैं
Yes.
इकोनॉमिक्स की टीचर हूँ तो मैं बुक का एज इट इज क्वेश्चन ना पूछूं जिसको स्टूडेंट कॉपी कर सकता है. मैं क्वेश्चन को इस
Yes.
तरह से चेंज करूं कि मैं उससे प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ, मैं उससे स्टोरी बेस्ड क्वेश्चन पूछूं, मैं उससे केस स्टडी पूछूं जिसमें चीटिंग भी करे
Yes.
तो उसको सोल्यूशन इस तरह से देना पड़े कि वो अपना
Yes.
माइंड
Yes.
यूज करे तो बदल सके उसको.
Yes.
तो इस तरह से
Wonderful.
ऑनलाइन में
Yes.
Same
Yes.
thing I'm
Yes.
saying. Some private companies and international multinational banks are conducting interviews and tests online, and ACCA system is conducting online tests from many years, and they have many variety of questions. They have time sessions. A student can't can get any help from any person.
Yes. Yes, we will be expert in using these techniques, sir. Uh, till now, we are student. We are online learners and we are students. We all are students because it's a new system for us. But inshallah, we will be expert in a couple of months or coming months in using all these strategies. So very good, madam. I like your idea because I also want to share with you. Yes, I always use these techniques in my classes, and students always ask me the question, madam, how to do it and what to do it. That means that they did not get any material from Google. So they're asking me, so you can change the mode of questions that you are. I always give the example of the theories and other that you people are, if are teaching them maths or economics or psychology or education as well, then you can change the mode of questions and you can change the simple mode of question, why and how. What instead of using what they can find from Google. Although Google is giving answer of any question, but when you will change the mode of questions future use, and you will just block the cheating ways and sources, then you can also reduce the cheating level. And you can also reduce the cheating level. The second thing is to use the Turnitin or any other plagiarism software to install, and you can use it, and password and ID will be given from your management. Your management should be ready now to give you all these facilities. Then we can say that this system is going on with a success rate. So cheating can be condemned, cheating can be lowered down by using these two strategies, the mode of questioning and by using the any plagiarism software. Psychological well-being is very important. I have contacted to many people and they are very psychologically, they are very down, they are depressed, they are anxious, they are stressed, and we are not meeting our colleagues, we are not seeing our faces of our students, we are missing our traditional atmosphere. So we feel very stressed, and we always think what to do and how to do and how to manage this new emergency situation. So psychological well-being is very important. You should be now thinking in a positive way. COVID-19 is, thank God, that its level is now down, and we are now coming out of the stress of the COVID-19. And psychological well-being, when you are mentally fresh and ready to learn, then you can make new ideas, new teaching strategies, and your lecture according to your students' level. So be happy, be positive. We should believe in Allah, and we think that every just calamity or any emergency or flare or any outbreak, it comes from the God, and it only will go out with the help of, with only Allah's commands. That is, yeah, that is our belief. I'm giving you the coping. Religious coping is very important. We are very much close to now Allah when we always face the burden and problem. Don't think that this system is a burden for you, and you will again use the traditional mode. I'm your instructor today. I'm telling you, please, you can introduce the blended approach. Don't leave the online education or learning. You should include these strategies to make your lecture more interesting, even if you are going for the traditional learning. That so psychological well-being, mental readiness, and you are out of the stress and anxiety. In stress and anxiety, you cannot deliver a good lecture. You cannot, even your students are stressed and anxious. You should make them calm down. Don't put the hard deadlines on them, and they don't have access to internet. They don't have access to their gadgets. So my son is in elementary class, and her teacher used the deadline and the timeline, and also the survey monkey. That is a way of taking quiz from the students to fix the time that you have to complete the quiz in. It starts from 11:45. You have to complete this quiz, so students are under pressure to just give answers. So what they can do, they can take help from their parents, they can take help from their mobiles. If they are using laptops for their purpose, then they can also use the mobiles to get answers from the Google. So again, the question is here, then you have to change the mode of your questions and assignments. So psychological well-being is very important. Don't give pressure to your students. Don't give them deadline phobia. Students can be phobic because they are not expert of using these methods. So make them easy, make them comfortable, and make your lecture and course according to the emergency flare up, and also make your mind very relaxed, also make your students minds relax. So don't put more deadlines and strict deadlines to your students. Social bonding, yes, we are feeling and missing social bonding. Isolation we are facing. I mean, this is the time that we did not think before, and that we will be sitting at home and we will not be meeting with our colleagues and with our students. You think COVID-19, we can also say it is a blessing in disguise, that it has given us the opportunity to feel each other's presence, and also we are feeling human beings significance, that human beings are very important for each other. So social bonding, it was possible in traditional learning, but it is now missing, and we are missing these connections. Before that, we always say we do not have time for each other, but now we have a time, and we are waiting for any call or any message from our friends, from our relatives, to just see, to just hear. So that is also earth repair time, earth repair. So, COVID has given us the opportunity, given us the earth repair, and to think about our previous thoughts and previous lives, and to change and to modify. So not only you are changing and modifying this system, but you are changing your mind and your personalities as well. Active learning, yes, through traditional learning, we say you're asking question, you are giving lecture, you are getting feedback, right? And I cannot say that active learning is taking place in every class, in every institution, and in every teacher's class. So active learning means that you are teaching and your students are involved, engaged. Most of the time they were engaged. That is called active learning. They were participating, they were engaged with the activities. That is called active learning. So it can be possible through online education if you are using the different strategies. So traditional classroom learning can give the hands-on practice experience. This is an also advantage. Traditional classroom learning offers an extra appeal to the senses. We can see our teacher, we can hear directly from our teacher, and these two senses are mostly involved in traditional classroom. These days, online learning, that if we are not using learning management system, we cannot see a teacher, we cannot hear a teacher. You are only sending material through WhatsApp. Then your students can see you only through the video call, or they can hear you by these calls. So traditional learning was giving you these uh, benefits. Online degrees cost as little as 80 times less than traditional degrees. Yes, traditional degrees, that we students have to pay fees. They have to pay hostel fees as well if they are far flung areas, and they have to also bear the expenses of their eating and other things. So it was expensive education for them, and online education as compared to the traditional is right now is less expensive. Successful online learners must also be motivated. Yes, you cannot motivate your students only by saying to be motivated. But you can motivate them by making your lecture crispy. You know, crispy. I am using the word because if your work is interesting, and as madam said that you are offering your students to do scenarios, to do case studies, to answer, if you are making multiple choice questions and you are asking these multiple choice questions by adding scenarios, Ali is this, Sara is this, they are doing this homework and they feel problem in this homework. So these are four options. What would be the right answer for their problem? They are feeling anxious, they are feeling stressed. These are scenarios. You can make scenarios in multiple choice questions. So that can be more motivating, challenging task for your students. Traditional mode of questioning cannot be useful and cannot create interest and motivation in your students. So you have to change your mode of questioning and assessment and your lecture delivery system as well. So diverse communication is paramount in online. Yes, we can at the same time, if you are saying you have 300 students and in traditional classrooms, so to manage 300 students in one classroom was a big issue for us. But through online learning, your students are joining you and you are addressing your students, then you can control them easily. And if you can ask, you should set standard for communicating with your student, and you have to just send them the course outline of your course, and you have to set standard for objectives, outcomes, and assignment marks, and what are your requirements, what are the expectation from students, that late assignments, that you need the assignments at this time, and what requirements that you are asking for, what questioning more for these students. These are very important things that you have to add to make your lecture crispy and more interesting and more motivating. You cannot expect the same results through online education from your students by using the traditional lecture method. No, no, you cannot get the benefits. Other students will not take interest in your lecture if you are sending only material to read and to answer. So you have to change your mode of lecture delivery and creation as well. Digital literacy and netiquette is very important. Netiquette to come online. We know the etiquettes to come in classrooms, how to sit, how to talk, how to behave with our teacher, and we have to follow the discipline of the classroom. Now netiquette is very important because netiquette, how to come online, how to use the how to we should know the etiquettes to come on Zoom, on Google Meet, on other any conferencing tools or learning management system to attend online class. And we have to maintain the behavior, how to talk with teacher, how to ask question, how to answer question, how teacher will talk to their students. And these etiquettes are very important, that we should communicate to our students. Teachers should communicate to their students that what to do. You have to add these etiquettes into your course outline as well. Then your students, you cannot expect from your students that they already know how to come in. No, you are a teacher, you have to tell them that these are my requirement and expectations. This is the time of the class. If you will be late for 15 minutes, then you will lose 1 or 2 marks. You can set anything. So because conferencing tools, they have some limitations of timing, and also the participants number, they have limitations for them. So you must know that which software or which conferencing tool you are going to use, because if you have the 300 students, then you must know that which learning management system will cater you most. So bring together diverse people. Yes, we can connect through the globe through online learning. Multi-dimensional content and learning exercises we can do through online learning. Instructors are not on the stage. Now students are not fearful. They are not scared of the presence of the teachers. They are very much comfortable, and they can give you answer more comfortably and more with more confidence, because sometimes teachers presence creates different results in the classroom, and it also impacts the attitude and the behavior or response of the students. Discussion in online environment may offer more opportunity for students to think about research and even draft their discussion post and responses. Right now, you know, the whole culture in Pakistan, we are used to copy paste. Even if we are writing an article, if we are writing any thesis, we teacher are also used to, because English is not our language, it is the second language, and we need always help to be more expert. So always we think that we should copy paste. This is the easiest access, that we always use this technique to make our work more perfect. So now the thing is, online learning, that students have the opportunity. So again, I'm telling you, your students will reduce the cheating level, copy paste culture. You can reduce the copy paste culture if you are giving them critical thinking questions with why and how, and you can also give them multiple choice questions, not the direct question. That whatever you taught, you are asking the direct question, then they will just open their books and they will answer you, or even open the online resources. So you teachers must think about it. Majority of communication from student to instructor and student involves non-verbal asynchronous correspondence. Asynchronous, through post, through emails, through messaging, through WhatsApp. So they can communicate with you in a second. That is also possible in online learning. Courses fit around your life, family, and other things you do. We say that our courses fit with our life and family, but these online learning is also disturbing our life, because we, as being a female, I know we do not have a full time freedom at our houses to sit in one room for hours and hours and not communicating with our family. Males can sit for professional talk or professional teaching, but there are cultural constraints for our female teachers as well. Yes, this is a problem, but with the passage of time, your family will be familiar with the system, and they will also allow you to do that if for the long time we are going online. You will avoid being late to class. It is benefit. We always were stressed to come into the class in time, and you can learn from your peers. Yes, you can ask, you can interact with your students by different medias channels. What are you doing, what are you offering assignments and quizzes? You can take help from them. Before that, we have to just fix time with our colleagues. When you are free, then we can go to their offices and to see them. But now on through online, we can contact with even 10 or 12 colleagues in one conference call to discuss the online strategies as well. And online classes can resolve conflicts between work and schooling, since the class material can be studied at night. Yes, you have flexibility, you have a lot of time to study and to see your matters at any time, at any place. That is a very good side from the online education. Important components for how can you do online learning. Number one, lecture creation. Now lecture is not simply you are sending the chapters and books to your students to read, but you should make your lecture more interesting by using relating videos, PDFs, PowerPoint slides, Google documents, anything. You must be expert. You must be knowing that you are going to uh, give the lecture. You are creating your lecture, and this lecture should include these things. Then your lecture will be more interesting. Simple chapters and books students will not read, even they will only focus the questions that you are asking. Next is the flipped classroom. Two types of content. You can use the flipped classroom technique. What it is? Flipped classroom means that you are using, one day you are introducing a video regarding to your lecture, that for example the Maslow theory, or for example Piaget theory, or any theory, or economics, the concept any, and you are asking your students to watch this video or watch this website. Then you can send video to your student, and they can you can also ask them by providing them a link to find any relevant video regarding their lecture, and ask them to watch this video, and after one day you will ask questions from this video. This is flipped classroom, that we are giving before handling the class the material to our students to read and to see, and then again, then when they will be in your Zoom class or in any class that you are asking them to come in, then you can ask the questions, and you can make you can fix marks for this activity, 10 or 20 marks, and you can make questions from the material that you have sent, and you can, your students do not know that what will you ask, so they cannot copy paste right now, because you ask them to come in the class, that we are arranging different through different channels the classes, and then the discussion will be held according to the topic that you have given to them. So in this way you can assess your students, and you can also use this technique into your classroom, and student engagement will be there if you are engaging them through these techniques. Curating, you can curate. What is curation? Curation, that you can get a video from any website, you can from Google, you can get any video, any PDF from any other source, from free websites. You can download a book, ebook, or you can, right now you are taking your lecture and you are adding this resource, just clicking the link, and you are showing the relevant PowerPoint slide, PDF, video, and this is the curation. Curation, you are curating the information from different channels. It is also possible online learning. Before that, we have to just bring the photocopies, and we have to just divide among our students, and have to. It was a hassle for us to get a lot of copies from the photocopier, and also it needs time. So you can curate your content in a one click by taking your class, and you should be prepared before that. So it is very important for online learning. Make PDF for your planning, what you are going to do for this course. For whole course you have to make one planning page. Week 1, what are you going to do? Week 2, what are you going to do? Week 3, what are you going to do? For 16 weeks, if you are taking semester, then you must know that every assignment, every activity, if before time you will have with you, honestly speaking, you will be more organized, you will not be stressed. For stress coping, one strategy I'm sharing with you: if your preparation is before time for any activity, even for Eid, if you are prepared for the Eid and you have done everything, you will not be stressed. We are only stressed when we are dealing with unfinished task. When unfinished task is, oh, next week what I am going to give the assignment and quiz, I did not ready. So you will be stressed. For stress coping, I am telling you all that you must please use before time preparation. You should make PDF for yourself and make yourself organize. For any course you should prepare, you should spare one day, and you should make this PDF for every course. You will be very comfortable. Don't do in emergency your actions. Lecture delivery, that was the lecture creation, that you are adding these resources into flipped material, you are adding PPP, you are adding PDF, Google Docs. That was lecture creation, that you were creating your lecture delivery. Process of using any video conferencing. Now people are using Zoom, Google Meet, or Hangouts. What you people are using? Any software? Somebody told me that WhatsApp. Any other, please? You are using these softwares? Conferencing, Zoom, Google Meet, or Hangouts, please share with me.
व्हाट्सएप यूज कर रहे हैं हम तो।
कोई Zoom, Google Meet, कुछ Hangouts नहीं?
इसलिए
यूट्यूब
मैम के
चैनल भी बनाए
बच्चों के
हुए हैं,
पास
यूट्यूब
व्हाट्सएप के
चैनल।
अलावा और कोई जरिया है ही नहीं।
अच्छा, यानी ये है ही नहीं, लर्निंग मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम का भी है ही नहीं कॉन्सेप्ट।
उनके पास व्हाट्सएप फ्री होता है ना, तो इसलिए वो व्हाट्सएप पैकेज होता है, बाकी पैकेजेस नहीं होते, इसलिए वो कोई और हम उनको दे ही नहीं सकते जरिया।
ये जो Zoom और Google Meet और Hangouts है ना, you can free download, through Google you can free download Zoom, Google Meet or Hangouts. Freely download these softwares, in conferencing softwares. You can take your
ऑनलाइन
class by
क्लासेस लेनी
using
पड़ती है ना, बच्चों के पास इतना डाटा नहीं होता, इंटरनेट डाटा नहीं होता कि वो ऑनलाइन क्लासेस ले सके।
मैम हम ये टेक्नोलॉजीज यूज कर रहे हैं, हम अवेयर हैं, लेकिन हम टीचर्स आपस में इंटरेक्शन के लिए कर सकते हैं। बच्चों के लिए हम PDF बनाएं, बच्चों के लिए हम वीडियो बनाएं, उसको हम व्हाट्सएप पे ही शेयर करते हैं। सिर्फ ये नहीं है कि हम उसमें सिर्फ वो बुक पेजेस शेयर कर देते हैं, हम उसमें स्लाइड्स भी शेयर करते हैं, हम उसमें वीडियो लिंक्स भी शेयर करते हैं, लेकिन सारा डेटा हम शेयर बच्चों को व्हाट्सएप पे ही करते हैं। हाँ, ये Zoom, ये Google Meet, ये हम टीचर्स आपस में इंटरेक्शन के लिए कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि हमारे पास इसकी फैसिलिटी है। स्टूडेंट्स डोंट नो हाउ टू यूज, एंड स्टूडेंट्स इवन डोंट हैव द फैसिलिटी टू यूज these.
Yes, but I am telling you that it is not, if they have WhatsApp and they have, it means they have gadgets with them, mobiles they with them. So when you will send them the link of Zoom classroom that the class will be held at that time, this is not difficult for them to come in. Just simply they have to download from Google Zoom. It is not difficult for, I'm telling you, if you are using,
Yes, ma'am.
then you can make.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
We are going to this one. We are asking our students
Ji?
to send. Yes, ma'am. We are going to this one.
मैम
We are asking our students to send assignments on Gmail account. We are asking them to make accounts. We are asking them to use these technologies to get videos, to see the links to you how to use these technologies. With the passage of time, if we are not going to the traditional classrooms, definitely we will shift our students to these technologies too.
Yes, anyone please? This is very important question now.
थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे मैडम प्रॉब्लम ये है, और बाकी यहाँ पे अहम बात ये है कि ज़्यादातर लोग जो हैं यहाँ पर ऐसे बच्चे होते हैं, हमारे पास 70% ऐसे होते हैं जो जॉब्स कर रहे होते हैं, शाम को किसी जगह पे जाके 2000 3000 के लिए 4000 के लिए, उनके वालिदैन के पास अगर है तो वो उनके मोबाइल को शाम को व्हाट्सएप को इस्तेमाल करके वहाँ से रीड करते हैं। तो जो असल रिसोर्सेज के लिहाज से एक आदमी जो 500 रुपया कमा के आ रहा है, तो अगर उस आदमी से एक्सपेक्ट करें कि वो 100 रुपए का पैकेज डेली के ऊपर इंटरनेट के ऊपर एक्सपेंस कर देगा, तो ये बहुत मुश्किल है। तो ये तो हुकूमत को सोचना चाहिए कि इस किस्म के रिसोर्सेज या इस किस्म के प्लान लेके आए, ताकि उन स्टूडेंट्स को भी, टीचर्स को भी फैसिलिटेट किया जा सके कि वो प्रॉपरली उनको ये एक्टिविटीज मिल सकें।
Yes, it is very good suggestion, sir, because I was also thinking that now government has to take the steps for these far-flung areas and for every student now. Government has to just announce the free Zoom, Google Meet or Hangouts policy for these students to use. If these are free to use, then I think but they still need packages as well, because they still need internet resources, you know.
Yes, madam, internet sources are the basic needs for these.
You know, sir, I think when they are coming to the traditional classroom, how they were managing then?
They are managing, even they not pay 3,000 fees, they paid in the 3 parts or 4 parts, even taking some loan from the teachers. Please pay me 1,000, I shall pay you later, I am very poor. The realities are very cruel.
Yes, I understand. So, you know, we are training. Yes.
स्टूडेंट्स इंस्टीट्यूशन में आते हैं तो कुछ बैकवर्ड एरियाज में जहाँ हम लोग भी काम करते रहे, अब भी कर रहे हैं, वहाँ पे स्टूडेंट शेयरिंग करते हैं व्हीकल्स की और बहुत सारे ऐसी चीजें। अब इंटरनेट भी शेयरिंग के जरिए चलाया जा सकता है, और मेरे बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे हैं जो मुझे कहते हैं जी हमारे पास स्मार्टफोन नहीं है, इंटरनेट नहीं है। तो मैंने कहा कि भाई किसी भी तरह से आप इसका अरेंज करें, जैसे आप किसी भी तरह कॉलेज आना अरेंज करते हैं, वैसे आप किसी भी तरह अपने दोस्तों से, अपने भाइयों से, अपने वालिद का फोन यूज करें, उन्हें समझाएं कि मैं कॉलेज आता था तो 500,000 मेरा खर्च होता था, अगर 500,000 मेरा महीने का इंटरनेट पैकेज पे लग जाएगा तो मुझे स्टडी तो मिल रही है। तो
देखिए, अगर आप कहेंगे कि तुम्हें डिग्री नहीं मिल सकती, तुम फेल हो जाओगे, तो फिर वो अरेंज कर लेंगे।
और फिर एक 10 लोगों की क्लास है या 20 लोगों की क्लास है, उसमें से कम 5 से 10% रेशियो तो ऐसी है जिसके पास स्मार्टफोन्स हैं एंड दे आर नेबर्स, वो नियर से भी हैं, साइकिल पे बाइसिकल्स पे पहुंच भी सकते हैं, इकट्ठे बैठ के व्हाट्सएप देख लें, इकट्ठे बैठ के यूट्यूब वीडियोस देख लें। दीज आर पॉसिबिलिटीज। अगर हमारे लिए सब कुछ हो जाएगा।
Sir, I agree with you. We know the ground realities. I agree with you. I'm not
ground realities
denying the facts.
very बहुत मुश्किल है, बहुत मुश्किल हालात में लोग रहते हैं। मैं सिर्फ ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि ऑनलाइन कम्युनिकेशन और ऑनलाइन लर्निंग के साथ सिर्फ 2 प्रॉब्लम्स हैं। एक प्रॉब्लम है कम्युनिकेशंस का और दूसरा प्रॉब्लम है एवेल्युएशन सिस्टम और ग्रेडिंग और वेटेज वगैरह का। अगर ये 2 चीजें बड़ी अच्छी तरह डिफाइंड हो जाए तो ये सिस्टम बहुत अच्छा चल जाएगा। अगर ये इन्हीं दोनों चीजों में फ्लॉज रहेंगे तो आपने देखा कि इलेक्शन में आरटीएस नहीं चला तो पूरा इलेक्शन जो है वो कंट्रोवर्शियल हो गया था। इसी तरह से यहाँ पे भी कम्युनिकेशन का मसला जब तक हल नहीं होगा आपका ये सिस्टम बहुत मुश्किल से चलेगा।
Yes, I agree with you. So, sir, we are training you all in different modes, assessment and teaching and strategies में भी हमने आपको ट्रेनिंग दे रहे हैं, हम आपको ये मोड्स भी दिखा रहे हैं और फ़र्क बता रहे हैं और आपको बता रहे हैं बेनिफिट्स इसके क्या हैं। लर्निंग मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम में आपको बताती हूँ भी आगे हम जो यूज़ कर रहे हैं और आप ये यूज़ कर सकते हैं। मेरे हिसाब से आई एग्री विद यू दैट यू आर राइट that we should you teachers should introduce these communication channels to your students, that how they can use these channels and by hook or by crook that we are on online, because we have to give the teaching. We know or we do not know, we have to give the teaching, so they have to learn through online, you know. When you are saying these things, yes, they are doing jobs and they are going through critical situations, I agree with you, but you know, how will they get education then? When they will suffer their degrees, then they will come towards this system, and we can introduce this sharing modes and sharing, we can counsel them to use sharing modes or use these sharing channels. And I think you teachers and government both, we will introduce you, and we should motivate our students to come online uh, because they have to complete their degrees, so they have to just make resources for them. So I'm telling you, Zoom, Google Meet or Hangouts, these are conferencing tools, these are not learning management system. Learning management system is something else. You said that assessment and assessment is very much critical part now, so assessment cannot be done very well through the Zoom, Google Meet or Hangouts. You must have the learning management system proper. What are they? I will introduce you today, although you don't have access and you are not using, but in future you will use. So we are giving you the training for it for the future, that not right now, that you can use right now Zoom, Google Meet or Hangouts. And you, it is very easy. You should communicate to your students. If they have the net package, then they can free download the Zoom, and you can create the Zoom classroom by entering the names of your students, simple emails into the Zoom classroom, and you can send the link. It's very simple, honestly. Today, if you don't have the Zoom, go to the Google and download it. You will see the features of this. And Google Classroom, you can take class for 45 minutes because it has time limit. It has also the candidate limit, but you will see. So this is the drawback of these conferencing tools, because they have the limited number of the candidates. But in learning management system, these are something, these are different from these softwares. Zoom, Google Meet and Hangouts, they can be added into the learning management system. Learning management systems, they have more space and more access to the internet options. Do you know any learning management system from you, audience? You know the difference between these conferencing videos, softwares and learning management system?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Learning management system is being used by many universities, and I have worked not much, but a little with the University of Central Punjab for this LMS.
Yes. So in future, you should make your mind that you will use these systems if you are trained today. So maybe the government policy will come here, maybe your management policy will be there, because now we are in a critical situation and we have to just we have to come on online, and we have to give the resources to our students to come online. So poverty is there and a critical situation is there, but when they were managing the traditional classroom, they are paying fees, and either in the installment phase or either in the full fee. But so now they have to come to the online system. This is cheaper than the traditional mode. So these are the some resources. Number 5 पे देखिए, these are the free sites that you can use, and you can get the ebooks and you can send your students. You can get the related material from these sources and you can share with your students. If you are sending the WhatsApp, then you can make notes or learning material for them. So disadvantages: lacking in quality. We cannot claim quality still where students and you do not have access, proper access and communication with the online system. How can we say that we can give the quality? Honestly speaking, we are still unable to give quality in traditional classrooms as well. We are still, quality is questionable in these classroom setup. And misfit students, yes, my son was in elementary class and he wasn't able to write, to communicate with teachers online, and I helped him to do this thing. So this system is not properly fitting with the small kids, under K-12 students, that elementary students especially, they are unable to use their gadgets for this education purpose, although they are very expert in playing games on their mobiles and their gadgets, but still this system is misfit with these students. Access to technology is required both for students and teachers. Teachers hesitant that it is a new system, how can be we capable of using this system. Don't be hesitate. Come boldly to the system, and gradually you will be expert. Lack of synergy, lack of dialogue. Yes, dialogue is missing and we are not properly communicating with our students. Psychological hazard, stress, depression, fear of technology, fear of criticism. If we will not give the online classes properly, students will make fun of us, management will make fun of us, and community will make fun of us. Don't be come under this pressure, but you should focus on learning new skills, that we are giving you the information, so fit with you yourself this information. Okay, now video conferencing softwares are not good enough for online teaching. I told you Google, Zoom, Meet, Hangouts, these are video softwares that you can conduct classes through these softwares. You can communicate with your students, but you cannot do good assessment through these systems. What are the features of these systems? Video conference, you can do number of participants, you can fix. These softwares have the fixed number of participants. Duration of meeting 1 hour, 45 minutes. I think 45 minutes for Google Zoom, which is generally offered. Customizable ID and passwords you can make link to your students, very easy. When you will go to copy link today, you should just download your Google Zoom or Zoom, and you should go uh, for the copy link, and you can send the copy link to your students by copying their emails, and you can adding these emails. So single host control, you can control these meetings. Ability to delegate control, you are able to delegate control. Ability to join via phone. So just a minute, can you go? This is also a hazard in taking a meeting at home. So these are the other features of these softwares. Screen sharing, yes, we can. I am sharing screen. You can also share screen with your students by taking their classes. Chat feature, you can chat throughout the taking the class, and there is a chat option in the Google Zoom, Zoom and Google Meet and Hangouts. Raise hand features, student can ask question. You said that the questioning is not possible through online. It is possible through online. When you are going through the Zoom and Hangouts and Meet, there is an option, hangout, raise hand. You can ask question. You are now going through the LMS, Microsoft Teams. This is learning management system. So learning management system have all options. It is good for the assessment. It is good for the conduction of the class and also the question answer session. Ability to record and store meeting. Yes, these meetings can be recorded and stored. You can store your classroom lectures, and you can use these lectures for the next meeting. Integration with other apps, yes, you can integrate with other apps. You can use using Zoom or Google Meet, and you can access to Google Docs. You can share your sheet with your students that you have prepared already, PDF, any PPT, anything you can use, but you must have these learning management system. Honestly speaking, for professional online teaching, you must have these learning management system. WhatsApp is not a way of professional teaching. You must have these systems, professional system. Then you will be, maybe next time you will be asked about the quality. Your management will ask about the quality. WhatsApp, although is an option for limited resources of your students, but it is not a professional way to communicate with your students. So use these free resources. Why we need LMS? Now softwares I have discussed with you, they have these features. LMS, through learning management system, you can give them assignment, any kind of assignment you can give them. There are options in learning management system. You can add Google Meet, Hangout, Zoom. You can add these softwares into your learning management system, and you can give them interactive quizzes. You can give them quiz and today we will take your quiz. You should be in the class and you are taking their class, and you can stop for a minute. There is a system and you can give the quiz. You can ask question throughout your classes, and there are marks. So students cannot use the copy paste material. They will answer you and you will mark them. So this is another strategy for assessment. Imposing deadline, you can set deadline into your LMS. You can use whiteboards is also LMS, and through whiteboards you can explain the maths quotations or any science concepts, any economics concepts by using throughout taking your class. You need the expertness to use these online sources. Content curation you can use through by while taking your class. You can use different resources to give information to your students. Communication between students, it is possible by taking these learning management system. Communication with parents can also come in and use and take join you through the blogs, through the groups. So it is also the possibility for the parents to give feedback of their students learning, and they can also join you. So designing effective e-learning, understand client requirement, who is your client, your student, adopt a mobile friendly approach. Always because we all people feel very comfortable in using mobile. So mobile friendly approach is very good. Keep on screen content crisp. Your content, if only you are showing these slides and you are not explaining well, then it wouldn't be interesting for them. Know your target audience. Who is your audience? Create learning nuggets. Nuggets mean that you are adding some interesting activities into your online. Use videos effectively. Videos impact very much your students. You should give an video to your students to analyze, to review any case study, to analyze, to review. This is also very good strategy for online assessment. Define learning outcomes. You must know that your students what will gain after completing this course. Making learner accountable. Keep your client in the loop. You should create a loop that you are communicating with your colleagues. You should make a loop. Then student saying, I'm not understanding, madam. You are answering the loop. The whole class is getting the message. There is a loop. It is possible in learning management system. Intelligent assessment integrate. So I want to go to the learning management system. We have a short time. Learning management systems are softwares designed to deliver and manage online learning, but support a range of uses, acting as a platform for online content, courses, asynchronous through post, through emails, and synchronous by conducting a conference or meeting or class. So what are these learning management systems? Are Moodle, Canvas, Edmodo, Blackboard, Microsoft Teams, or similar softwares? These are as replacement of classes. Assignments are submitted online. My students are submitting online assignments. I have given them the deadline. I have added the date and time and marks on the learning management system. My students know that in week 1 they are supposed to do this, and if they will be late, then they will not be able to send their assignment, and the marks will be deducted if they are not sending. But before that, we have confirmed the access of our students to these learning management system. Every student we asked by sending them emails, by calling them. When they said yes, they have access to these management systems, then we started this learning management system. Then students can take benefit. Essential features of learning management system. User management. Students should enroll in this system easily. Catering of students, and they should not feel any complication to come on the learning management system. Content management, audio, video, PDF and books. You should easily use these audio videos and PDF and books, download and send your students. This is the feature of the learning management system. Course and resource catalog. Your learning management system should be able to create material that includes the YouTube videos or other material. For online learning, it is very important to use these materials. Reporting and progress tracking. Yes, I can track my students' progress. When they will just send their assignment, when did they send their assignment, time and date is written on the assignment bar. You can also give them feedback. There is a feedback box in the Moodle. I am using Moodle. Moodle is very good software that I am using, learning management system. This that you are coming through the Microsoft Teams. This is also very good learning management system. Learning management system is much more than conferencing tools, Zoom, Google, and people think that these are learning management system. These are not learning management system. They are not catering your assessment part. Learning management system, this Moodle and everything, you can create your lecture, you can add these materials, and you can also use assessment, that whatever you want to use the pop-up quiz, you want to use the quiz during the class lecture, and you can, these are the features of the Moodle that you can arrange and you can use. In future you will be able to use this learning management system. So I told you that WhatsApp is not a professional way of communication with your students. Okay, these systems also have ability to customize. They can change font size and style, collaboration tools. They can add blogs, discussion boards, file attachment. They have the features, and Google Docs, Sheets. You can add through these learning management system. Anything you can add these, any your material. You can send your students. You can get their feedback. You can come online with your student through these learning management system. Intuitive, but passwords and other managing situations should your management should provide to you and your students, then this system will work. Support for blended delivery, yes, face to face and online. You can come online, you can also face to face means that online classes you can face your students. Gamification is another idea. I have used this gamification. You know, now online games are also very popular, that you are giving them the what is the multiple choice questions. Then multiple choice can be in a game form, that there are games you can download from the online, that there are three options and you can add the three levels, 1 2 3. The mouse is just running and walking and going to search the cheese piece, and he is crossing 1 2 3. So what is the answer? What would be the answer of this question? You can set answer, and you can also give these games to your students. They love to do these activities, even they are college students. So now I'm just going through the learning management system. Moodle, Edmodo, Canvas, Microsoft Teams, and Blackboard. These are learning management system, proper learning management system. Moodle is a learning platform designed to provide educators, administrators, and learners with a single, robust, secure, and integrated system to create personalized learning environments. And we can download the software onto your own web server or ask one of your basic Moodle you can download. You can download from the Google, and for complex system you can ask your management to provide you this system. And Moodle can make your course. It is course builder. You can add any relevant material into your course. You want to show some theory video, some theory PDF, some theory PPT, it can add. It has the feature. Using Moodle Course Creator, create engaging courses with tools for collaboration. You can do chat, you can add assignment, you can check assignment, you can grade assignment, you can grade your student, you can give feedback to your student. Yes, your assignment uh, was not showing the level or quality that you were expecting, or your grade or your standards. Choice, database, external tool, feedback forum, lesson, quiz, workshop, resources, book, file, folder, everything you can do through this system Moodle. Free and easily accessible, can add Zoom, Meet or on Moodle. You can add these video conferencing tools on Moodle. Communication and collaboration is possible through Moodle. These are not limited to student-teacher discussion. There are student-student forums. It is not limited. It can handle 500 students at a time. So it is good for the big classes as well. Student and admin dashboards, providing users with links to their courses and activities. So it can create courses, upload learning material, audio, video. It can upload internet sources. It can manage classes, upload assignments, set time framework, student work, assessment, grading, communication. Everything is possible through this learning management system. Today, you should go through the Google, download it. Honestly, your life will be changed when you are using these learning management system. Then Now your students do not have access to this Moodle and other learning sources. But before using Moodle, your management will, maybe government and management will provide you these facilities to your colleges. Our universities are providing us these facilities, so we are using. But at least you can download Zoom today and you can interact with your student through Zoom. Start your communication with your students through Zoom. Zoom is very good for taking classes, for communication with your students, for assessment. You can think about it because now you do not have access to Moodle. So when you will get Moodle, then you will see the assignment, assessment, and grading is very easy through these systems. So we will be inshallah getting these resources. It allows, I'm just comparing two systems just to show you the difference of Edmodo or Moodle. Moodle allows content authoring and independent curriculum building from scratch. Edmodo is not allowing you content authoring. It is also just providing you the course outline and material that you have to follow. Edmodo is good for the elementary students. Moodle is good for the university students or college students from K-12 students to above. Moodle is an open source platform with no licensing fee. There is no licensing fee. You can download it from Google, but Edmodo has the licensing fee and it's a cloud storage. But open source is good because it is easily accessible. Moodle offers both cloud and server based. You can get access through the server. Your management should get the server and then it will give you the ID and passwords and you can use the Moodle. But you can also get through the cloud that you have the installation, or you need to get the also monthly package for Moodle. And so it has both features. And Moodle offers a free strictly cloud-based e-learning environment. Moodle target K-12 graders, higher education institution and small, medium as well large businesses. Moodle is used. Edmodo caters to or look for target K-12 graders or for elementary because it has limited features. Moodle offers seamless integration. Edmodo limited integration. Google Apps, Microsoft 365, and Moodle is for multi-purpose, flexible, and powerful with exhaustive assessment and grading features. Edmodo has limited activities. Moodle has big blue button. Big blue button is used to access different apps. Quiz venture that you are saying that we cannot use assessment, but honestly speaking, now you have to come for the learning management system, then you will be able to do the online education properly. Although you are facing different problems and issues, but in coming months you will be able to use these systems. Now these systems are looking to you as dream, but in future you will be able to use. I'm giving the information how and which system is good to use in future for your teaching and for your learning. So those problems that you are facing through WhatsApp teaching, you will not face through by using this learning management system. So because today the topic was to introduce you the learning management system, so I am introducing you. Although I came to know your problems, Moodles also we can use through Google Apps and Blackboard. This is another system. I think I should fix on only the Google and Moodle. So Blackboard is also another system that learning management system you can also use. It is Blackboard and Moodle. Blackboard is good to use the SPSS data and also the Excel sheets that you can also use in the Blackboard, but Moodle has all these features and capacities as compared to the other systems. So most or less these learning management system have similarities and some they have differences. So I think I'm going to just ending my slide. Today I have given you the information to the learning management system and Edmodo and Moodle are the two learning management system that you can see today. And for practically, you can use the Zoom because it is more easily accessible to you and your students. They can download on their mobile phones even. And you should communicate to your students that they have to manage their classes because they were managing before for the traditional classroom. Now they have to manage for online learning if they want their degrees. So they can come on the Zoom classroom, they will come. If they have one mobile, then they can share this link and they can come online to take your classes. So gamification is the last slide that that now online gaming, through gaming you can take quiz, you can do assignment, you can also use this gamification. This would be the new technique for you next time, that these are the application and games are available online that make your lecture more interesting, not only sending them the chapters and books but also make them interesting through the linking with the activity online, then your students will learn more. So thank you very much, time is up. My audience, if you have any question you can ask me, but I think throughout the presentation we were discussing each other's problems. If somebody is talking, I could not hear. If you can speak up.
Ma'am, I think e-learning and online learning is a mature idea in developed countries. We have problem only. We are facing the communication and accessibility issues. Uh, if these issues are solved and they require resources of millions of dollars, or I think we have Punjab and Sindh, and we're focusing on Punjab. Millions of students need access to these technologies. We need resources only.
Yes, I understand.
I think if we have resources for these kind of things, we need investments in these projects. If we have these investments, we can be successful, much like those developed countries.
Thank you very much, Dr.
maybe
Sumaira.
basic.
Let me please interfere. Since our next resource person has joined us, thank you very much for conducting this very useful session, and I believe that participants have learned many new things from your lecture.